Hi, I'm Francesco Corti. Let's start it together. And today I will talk a little bit more what's on top of the Alfresco as a service. So thank you for this presentation. It has been really interesting to understand what's in the back end place. Before, let me do the boring stuff. So who I am, Francesco Corti, I'm product evangelist for Alfresco, worked many years for partners, proudly a community member. So I'm here to talk about the technology in general. I'm sorry, I don't speak German. And I hope, so let me say, what I would like to give you is an idea of the people on your team, how they can develop on top of Alfresco technology. So I would, one of the goals I have is to show 2 slides. So this is what I would, this is one of my goals. So this is the first. Okay, this is the first. So probably you have seen it, probably not. I think Martin will talk about it. I don't know, but this is exactly our idea of digital business platform. You can see here the content services that it was Fabian showed a few minutes ago. We have also process services. This is the back-end side. What I would like to talk with you is how to build the stuff on top of this stuff. This side, and it's more in particular how to use the so-called application developer framework. What application, this is the second slide, what the application developer framework is in brief is a collection of components. Are you young enough or old enough to play with the Lego blocks? Say yes or no, please. Okay? Yes, okay. So the idea is exactly the same. So Alfresco developed more than 150 Lego blocks done in Angular technology. Probably you're familiar, probably not. We can discuss about that. You can bring the components inside one or more of your application, reuse them, or include other components in your a final application, and define the application you want for your use case and your stuff. So. As a promise, this is the second slide, even if I have more. So I stop showing slides and I move on a fully featured environment. This is a virtual machine on my laptop. My laptop is pretty powerful, but not so powerful. So it's an environment where I have an Alfresco content services instance. It's nothing more and nothing less than a web application, Java application deployed inside a Tomcat. Please throw me a shoe if I am too technical. I usually am. What I would like to show is how to build on top of the Alfresco content services one application. My goal, and prepare your shoes to throw me, is to do this in less than 3 minutes. So let's see. So to prove that to prove if you can throw me a shoe or not, I have a counter here, and I have a place to do it fastly, but in any case, let's start. So starting from an empty content, I run this wizard. I cannot describe you too much what the wizard is because I have no time and I'm risking the shoe in my face. But I give the name to the app. I declare that I want to build an application on top of the process, the content, or both. In this case, I want to build an application on top of the content services. And I tell the wizard to download from the internet all the libraries, all the components that I need. So in this moment, I'm downloading roughly 1/3 of the entire internet in my machine. Not true because I have a cache. And he's building the entire structure of the project from scratch. It's 50 seconds now. I'm alive. So now he's running and compiling the source code. It's a JavaScript technology behind this. And once done, so now what I have to do is to configure correctly. Let's do it in this way. Is to configure correctly. Oh, first of all, let's go inside the folder of the application, and let's configure correctly the proxy there is a file where I declare where the Alfresco content services, in this case, lives, and this URL. So it's nothing more and nothing less than a REST API interaction. In this case, is correct, so I don't have to change nothing. And please note that I'm losing time. And then what I have to do is to run the application. Once the application is running, the system automatically, this is Angular that's doing the stuff, is compiling everything and preparing everything to be executed. Let me enlarge a little bit the screen and see if I'm allowed or not. Behind the scene, you can see that he's compiling the stuff from scratch again, and he's trying to launch automatically the application in this final URL. It seems to work. Let's see if it's working really or not. Yes, it seems to work. So let's log in and prove if I'm rather wrong, because it's not sure. So let's log in the system, and wow, I'm able to dive into the solution. What time is it? Ooh, unsafe. So in less than 3 minutes, we have an existing application done from scratch into our application. Of course, this is a game I play, especially to joke a little bit on the serious stuff. Is really serious. So developing on top of the digital business platform. Believe me, jokes apart, is not so simple, of course, but it's enough simple to enable all of your team and your developer to build all the things that you want on top of the digital, all the backend services. Now I would like to play a little bit with you on one step further. So I mean, what I would like to do is to play a little bit, starting from here, how it's easy to customize and do what you want with this application. So, for example, one example I would like to cover with you, it's a sort of customization of the login. Really simple. This is nice, cool, but probably these are not the colors of your company or of the products you want to do. So, thanks to the Angular approach, because this is a pure Angular, I open a parenthesis. If you want to develop on top of the Alfresco digital platform, you can hire an expert in Angular technology, and it's quite common as a knowledge. And you can start in days developing the stuff on top of the Alfresco, because Alfresco uses standard technology, full stop. So, this is an Angular application. I apologize, it's a little bit small, but I will do bigger here. As a regular and a standard Angular application, I can customize this strange HTML, not strange, this is particular HTML. Better. This HTML source code that exactly shows one of the Lego blocks I was mentioning, so the ADF login, that is what is used before. I add a couple of URL that contains image and say, okay, in the login, I would like to use this background image instead of the default one, and this logo image. So what I expect to do is to change this layout to have a different background and a different login, simply adding two lines of code. So I save the source code, automatically the system will compile again the stuff. As you can see, he's running. And once it has been compiled, as you can see, I only save the content. What I see is a completely different layout and login. So different background, different logo. Of course, I hope you have a better logo than this. Of course, what you can customize is something really simple like this. So this is only an example. But this is what I would like to show is that, hey, for the developer on your team, you can easily face all the customization and all the things that you can do with your vertical application. But you can do the things not only on the layout, of course, you can do things also on the background. For example, you might want to add some evaluation or some actions behind the scenes once you press the button. So you don't want only to access to an Alfresco content services, but maybe you want to also inquire a third system, get the information, and use that information inside your application. To do that, you have a complete source code under your hand and sorry, but I cannot talk in English and digital at the same time. I'm not too expert on this side. On success event, you can customize the source code to call a method of these to call an external source code, in this case this one, and for example do something like that. Hello Berlin. You know, I'm a developer, I don't have too much fun. So once saved everything, let's see if it works because I didn't check. Again, I'm saving the source code and it's compiling again automatically. What I expect to have is to have again a login, and once I press the button, let's see if it works. No, it didn't work. You see? So I don't want to lose time with this to make it work, but this is how it works. The customization we'll see in the next examples. So what I would like to show is that you can customize the layout. This is the easy stuff, but you can customize also the behavior behind the scenes. So you can start customizing the source code, not only the layout of the stuff. Let's do more complex examples. Instead of customizing the login, let's discuss more about customizing the true content of your application. So, for example, the layout of the folder structure. So, for example, you might want to have more columns, less columns, or the columns that are relevant for you and your organization. In our case, what we are going to do is okay. I'm running quite good, and Martin, please inform me if I'm running out of time. So what the example I would love to do. This is the reason why it didn't work, because I didn't save it. Let's see, because now I saved it. Is compiling and uploading. Then let's do logout. To be sure, I reload the login page. So what I expect to do here is to press the button and see a pop-up. Admin. Hello Berlin. So I didn't say it correct. Bye. So this is the expected behavior. So again, what I would like to see here is to customize, for example, the layout. What I can show here, for example, exactly in a standard way, what we could do is to act in the source code. So we have another component, this is the ADF document list. Add a bunch of custom but documented tags that we open a parenthesis. All the customization that you can see here is fully documented in the so-called ADF catalog. The ADF catalog is a website public, no fees requested, even if here we have a salesman and probably he would love to charge for the, but in any case, jokes apart, is completely open, it's completely free, and you have all the hundreds of components available and documented. So you can find everything you need here. Here you can easily see that we want two columns added to the default one. One is the node type, it's too technical, but can help, and the other is the name. So again, let's save and see how it looks like. Behind the scene, the system is compiling. Let's wait for a few minutes, for a few seconds. Now we have size modified. Hey, we have the node type and we have the name. So we customized again the stuff in the way we want. Let's do one step further. Of course, the customization can be. The customization can be a lot For example, we can customize also the look and feel of the drag and drop default part. For example, we might want to put a message, sorry, no content here, and to show that it's live, ciao Berlin. Okay, let's save it again and see how it works. Now I think you understand how it goes. So let me share this. How to develop on top of all this stuff. What your team will do. You start from an application, existing application. You start changing the things, customizing what exists, putting new things inside to make what you want. Then you have your own application. So starting from something that exists, really basic like I did, or something that exists quite more complex, I can point you to something really complex that you can start, that you can use as a starting point. You can build whatever you want on top of the Alfresco for Business platform, full stop. So, to show this, let me jump ahead and, for example, before jumping to the other stuff, I want to show you this is something that I really like of this approach. Again, I am in the same idea. So what I would like to do is okay, customize the column, customize the layout, customize the look and feel, but probably what you, I didn't put the things in the right place. Probably what you want to do is also to yeah, I forgot to put this. Content actual equal to 2. What you want to do on the content is also to add your custom actions. For example, you might want to put a button and here interact with your own application, and put a button to say, okay, move this to SAP, run a process, download it, interact with my XZY software, call external services. This is all the customization that you want to do with your stuff. So you can completely control the menu, and I have several things that I can show you how to control completely the layout of these things. And from here, the source code to interact with third-party application. So another use case that you probably might want to face is adding also new pages. So for example, okay, Francesco, looks good. It's a very simple application. Probably I need thousands of pages interacting. So how can I add new pages to this application? Okay, let's stop the application. Let's run, thank you, Mark. Let's run a command adding a new page to the stuff. Let's instruct the application. Can you see here, I see a new page. It's a new fully featured page, done by what's enough for Angular to work. Again, this is a standard Angular application, full stop. Then let's go to the routes. That it's the configuration of the application to use connect the URL to the real content and source code. I add what is needed, so the new object, and I connect the new page, the new page URL to the new page component, saving the stuff. Let me see if I forgot something. No. So the system seems to, sorry, I didn't launch. I have to run it again because I stopped, of course. So with two commands and running again the application, now he's compiling the stuff with a new page inside. He's building all the stuff, and once it's up, let's see if I add correctly a new page to your application. So we started from page, login, document list, and logout. I added a new page because I need probably a fourth or a fifth or whatever you want. And let's see how it looks like. In the meantime, oh, it's coming. Let's see. New page. Oh, come on, guys. It's time. Ah, we have the most basic one. Let's imagine that in this page, I want to put something that manages Excel sheet. So I add a third-party component that is not really related to Alfresco. It's an external component. Let's import. This is a third-party component that develops and implements an Excel sheet, so a fully featured Excel sheet. Let's find in source. I have to add to make it work some portion of code here. Let's save it. Then inside the new page are developed. No, before I have to put in the modules again. This is the modules. Okay, let's import the new component and make it visible to the entire application. And let's edit again. And last but not least, let's put the component directly in my new page without any real JavaScript source code, but with a very simple HTML stuff. And let's see, let's run again. I'm going to show you what is happening. Let me show you at runtime. So he's compiling on the module for you. He's building the stuff from scratch. And once done, this is the 90% that is processing. Once done, I will see the login appearing here. Okay, let's close this. So what I would like to do is to see how my new page looks like. Let's see the page. Come on, guy. I don't have time. Hey, and I have my Excel sheet here. So what I want to show you here, I want to show that building your own application on top of the Alfresco stuff is not something private, it's not something closed. We are not a closed company. It's something that you can face with a standard professionalist, an Angular developer. It's something that you can face integrating all the world of Angular. You know how many components exist in the world about Angular? Okay, so you can use all the Angular interaction you can. You can use all the services that you want inside one application. You can build for you. You can build 1,000 of that if you want, and you can build whatever you want using the standard components that Alfresco has in the way you want, as you want. This is what I want to show you, and thank you for your attention. Of course, thank you to the it-novum guys for inviting me. Thank you.